Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So yesterday in the Ethereum video we talked about here a potential turnaround. I think we can see that today. Yesterday we already saw the first signals for that. I talked about the bearish divergence here on I think the 4-hour chart. We talked about it where you're making higher highs on the price, but on the RSI you are seeing the lower highs. So again, that was the first warning. Next warning was that we broke below that ascending trend line, had a bit of a double top going on there, or even triple top here in small. The price did not manage to push above the 200-day moving average and was not able to establish itself above that previous swing high here, the $3,412 level, a very important level above which the price needed to establish itself in order to move into the target range in a wave B scenario. Hasn't made it. So for now we are correcting down, and yeah, to be honest, I think the price should not drop below that $3,050 level, that previous swing high here. If it does, I think this increases the chances much more that we are going to see here prices again around the $2,000 mark, so that we basically come back into the target area down there. So let me just add that support level. So this is where we need to find support. Otherwise, I think it's getting much more likely that we have not seen the low yet. I told you yesterday that we could here have a good chance because the price here, Ethereum, has not yet really produced a serious impulse. So it still looks very much like a 3-wave move where you made your first wave A, B, C, and you could then start with another impulse down. So absolutely very much possible here in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where we could land once more in the target area and maybe even make a lower low. The problem is that the price, two problems. Told you if the price is getting above 3,412, it gets much more likely to push also higher. That if we have the structure in place, we can then even talk about, you know, maybe we're already on our ways to new all-time highs. But the price did exactly that not. So it did not create a nice 5-wave structure, and it also did not establish itself above the $3,412. It was rejected at the 200-day moving average, and we're moving down further. And as I said, now we need to find support here at 3,050. If we don't, next stop will be the 50-day moving average at around 2,915. And I think after that you have a good chance then, yeah, maybe to drop to around 2,500. And if we are losing that as well, then there's a good chance to move into this target area that we had defined already end of last year, in which the price then eventually dropped into. And this was also the area where I told you that there is a good chance that the price is already turning around, and the good chance that the price has actually completed the correction. Now, what we need to understand is just because the price touches the area and moves out of it, it doesn't mean it also has completed the correction. It has only completed the minimum requirements to complete such a correction, because this is a wave 2. There are certain Fibonacci retracement levels that typically Ethereum, but generally assets or cryptocurrencies typically see and address and go to. They are basically drawn to these levels in certain corrections, in certain waves. And we can see that it worked out for Ethereum, but it doesn't mean that we have to go up here. For that confirmation, I would have loved to see a move above $3,412. However, we broke below it again. And also we don't really see that first impulsive structure, what would have been quite important. I don't think it is one. Maybe you can interpret a 5-wave move into this, but I don't really like the structure that we see here on the chart. It looks very, very much like a 3-wave move, an A, B, and a C wave, after which you would get an impulse down. So I'm still skeptical here, but it can still work. If we break again above that $3,500 level, that's a deal breaker here. We need to break above that and then move above the 200-day moving average. I think that's holding the price down as well, around 3,500. And I think then we are going to move into this green target area. That would be my expectation then. Pretty similar to what Bitcoin is doing at the moment. At the moment we are pretty much in a state where we just need to wait, where we need to see how the market is now going to decide, because it was looking quite positive here, and you can see those arrows that above this level we should push into that green target range, but price didn't manage to hold here. So the price did turn around. The bulls lost their strength, and we can currently see that downward move continue to play out and continue to correct down really that those price increases that we've seen here over the last few weeks. The MACD is still pushing down. The RSI still has further potential to the downside, on the 8-hour chart here, and I would say probably on the daily chart as well. Here we now even see today a first bearish crossover on the MACD. Now that would now also add to my assumptions that we are going to see a further correction, because if the daily candle isn't finally pushing up higher and we can avoid this bearish crossover, then I think we're going to see here even lower levels. I mean, as I said, 3050 would be the next logical target, and if we lose that, then it can go down quite fast. So that is pretty much here my view of Ethereum. One more important thing is that we're also probably going to see here a bearish crossover here, a short signal on the ADX and the I indicator. Really meaningful. Quick look at the 4-day chart. Also here we see now already the momentum decrease. The last time that happened, and I mean it might only be the beginning, but the last time that happened on the 4-day chart where the momentum on the MACD started to decrease, we moved down a whopping 55%. So I'm not saying we drop another 55%, but it is important to get an understanding here about what's actually happening, and that we could have a turnaround here. I mean, the weekly is still pushing higher here on the MACD, but again, it usually starts on the shorter time frames, and it's now very interesting to see how this is going to play out. Certainly, there has not been any, I have not confirmed yet that the downtrend is over. I'm still very skeptical. I think we have a good chance to come down. That would be very much in line with my Bitcoin expectation. So we still are not through the woods yet, but nevertheless, anybody who bought in this target area, in my target area, hit the perfect low. And either way, even if we drop back into the target area, what I am doing, I'm gonna accumulate more, because this is for me buying area, and then I'm not gonna sell until we really reach those interesting peaks up here, maybe the all-time highs. And Ethereum certainly has a potential to go to the $10,000 level, but that would be very ambitious, to be honest. But I mean in 2022. So what we also see here is the bearish MACD crossover on the monthly, so that is highly relevant. So I'm keeping an eye on that. That actually gives me a bit of stress because this doesn't look good if we really get that play out. For now, I think it can still be avoided and it can turn around, but it gives me a bit of stress because the MACD line is quite high, and if this bearish crossover on the monthly is playing out, we have to expect much lower prices. Now, I don't hope it will, and I hope we're going to find support here in my target area between $1,700 and $2,360. So that's my view on Ethereum. Hopefully you like the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.